Eastern Kentucky makes a second-half comeback to get a 31-23 win over Eastern Illinois last Saturday at Roy Kidd Stadium. Mark Elder is here to talk about that and the upcoming game as well. Mark, that was a good effort in the second half. The defense played a lot better. The offense got going, and you really controlled the second half with a good win over the Panthers.
Yeah, I was very, very encouraged with our players and how they did in the second half. And odds were stacked against us a little bit. We didn't end the first half in the manner that you'd want it to, where we had two quarterbacks go down and a turnover when we were in scoring position. So we had all that happen and ended up going into halftime down by a touchdown. You heard it in the locker room. The guys were very much encouraging each other. There was a lot of positive energy. I thought our coaching staff did a great job making some adjustments because we found a spark on offense. I think that was coaches did a good job with some calls, but also the guys went out and played really well in the second half, and then our defense made a couple adjustments and tackled a lot better and took away their run a little bit better, and I was very, very pleased with how we did in the second half.
Throughout the season, in the first 7 games, you had as a team 3 drives that netted points over 70 yards. In the EIU game, you had 3 70-yard-plus drives, including your 2 longest of the year, 90 and 92, and those were crucial.
Absolutely, yes, because we did not get great field position to start those things, but we were able to sustain, and that's the tough part about starting on your own 10 or 15 or something like that, is that at some point in time, usually there's some sort of play that puts you behind the sticks that you just can't overcome because you have so far to go. But our guys were able to continue to get positive yardage plays, stay ahead of the sticks, get a couple explosives, and turn those into long touchdown drives, which was great to see.
Jalen Carter, 3 touchdowns, 2 catches, and 1 on a sweep behind the quarterback, the handoff on a big 3rd and goal from the 5. And so Jalen had a good ball game.
Absolutely. He had a great ball game. And it wasn't a shock to anybody because a couple reasons. One, we've been seeing Jalen perform really well in practice for a while now and think he's a very, very talented young man and very, very explosive. But the other part is he was our practice player of the week, and we gave that award out on Friday night. So you're not surprised when the guy that had the best week of practice goes out and has his best game to his career at this point in time. So that's usually what you want to see, is what you do during the week translates over to what you do on the game. And I'll say this: there's the play where he went and got the ball up over the defender's head. There was a play just like that on Wednesday in practice. I mean, they were in the same spot in the end zone. It looked almost identical.
L.J. Scott really coming to the end of his college career with a flourish, 151 yards, a career high for him. He had a 48-yard touchdown, 42-yard run, and the line really opening holes in that second half.
Absolutely. LJ had the hot hand, and so we kept feeding him the football. So he had a couple really remarkable runs. The 42-yarder was blocked well, but he set that run up really, really well and was able to make the unblocked guy miss, and off to the races it was. He really had a nice day running through arm tackles, great vision, and running hard.
Cornelius Floyd leads the OVC with 4 interceptions, and the one he got at the beginning of the ball game stopped an OVC record 230 passes in a row without an interception. And then Hayes had a big one when they were right there to threaten to go back ahead, bad snap, and then you turned them over. So those 2 interceptions were big in the football game.
Absolutely. The Cornelius's, that came after a great kickoff where we pinned him down at the 12. Then he came up with an interception that set us up for a great opportunity to score there in the red zone, which was great to see. And then they had 1st and goal at the 2, and that's a great illustration of why you just go one play at a time. You don't worry about the big picture. You don't worry about how tough the odds might be. Just play it one play at a time, and we got a stop on the first one. They goof it up on the second one, and we end up getting a turnover on the 3rd play, and after 1st and goal at the 2, they come away with no points. And so really proud of the attitude the guys took under those tough circumstances.
You and Will Healy are 2 young coaches in the OVC. You've gone 1-1 against each other. He's the head coach of Austin Peay. His team is 4-4. You play a 5 o'clock game Eastern time in Clarksville against a team that is multi-dimensional at times, and I know Jeremiah Oatsfall, their quarterback, they have a good running back. It'll be a challenge in Clarksville.
Yes, I've got a lot of respect for their program. The quarterback is a really good player. True sophomore, has done a really nice job there the last couple of years. I think they've got a plethora of running backs. They got a bunch of them that are carrying the football for them that do really well. The number one kid, the wide receiver, Montgomery, I think his name is, he's electric. I mean, he's got a lot of touchdowns and has really stretched the field vertically. Defensively, I think they're very good. Their front four is very powerful, athletic. They got a couple really good linebackers and a very good and deep secondary.
All right, good luck on what would be school victory number 600. That would be awesome if we could get it in Clarksville. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, Mark Elder with us. Again, 5 o'clock start, Eastern Kentucky at Austin Peay. We'll have the call at 100.7 FM. You can get our stream at EKUsports.com on the TuneIn app as well. Game also on ESPN3. When we come back, there is a tournament also out that way. It's the soccer tournament semifinals. We'll talk to one of the EKU soccer players.
Every day is a concept that few people can commit to. Every day requires a level of dedication that forces you to test your limits.
Every day I'll give back to the community because I draw strength from their support. Every day the sounds of your cheers will echo through my mind. Knowing that you have my back means I can always look forward.
Every day I'll be too tired to sweat and my bones will ache. Every day will provide me with the slight edge that I need to succeed. Champions are built every day.
The EKU soccer team is off to the Ohio Valley Conference semifinals for the third time in a row, getting an exciting win in a shootout 4-3 on PKs over SIU Edwardsville on Sunday at home to earn the right to play Tennessee Martin. And one of the main reasons why one of 5 players on the EKU team that played all 110 minutes before we went to the shootout is Katie Shaffer, a sophomore from Ohio. 110 minutes of pressure-packed sports for a lot of you. Take me through how you dealt with the pressure and stayed in the moment.
Well, basically all season long I've been playing majority of the minutes, so once I keep going, like I've gotten in the swing of it, and it's actually comes quite easily after a while, but you know, you just gotta keep going and your teammates keep you going and things go well.
Nick Flory, your coach, said that you defending well and being gritty is the key to winning a tournament game. You did defend well. You didn't give up a goal. How much grit was there in this team in that game?
A lot of grit, obviously, because we ended up going to PKs, so it was a battle between the two teams for sure, but yeah, that's basically how a tournament goes down.
Zoe Aguirre is your freshman goalie, and as a keeper, she's had 6 shutouts now, and I know the pressure had to be on her throughout the game, and especially with those PKs. She stopped one at the very end, and you won 4-3.
Yeah, that was a great save by her. That we were really lucky and excited to move on in the tournament.
And you were telling me before we got on camera that you were up next if the PKs extended, the penalty kicks extended in the shootout beyond the normal 5 that every team is allowed.
Yeah, I was really nervous about that, but I got lucky and we finished it before then, so I didn't have to kick.
You know, you look back at the shootout, they miss, and Bailey Bounds comes up first, and she bangs one off the right bar and in. So you go up 1-0. So now you've got the advantage. Was that crucial first PK for both teams? Did that change the dynamic a little bit?
Yes, it does for sure. It definitely makes our team relax. Obviously, since SIU missed the first one, their team's obviously nervous going up because now they have to for sure make their goals.
So they're hitting them all after that. EKU is keeping stride. Erin Torrance, who's your leader, comes up. She goes just wide right. Then it comes down to a chance for SIUE to tie, and then the aforementioned Aguirre save. It's always fun to have a pile at the end of and celebrate. What was that like when you all ran out there?
Yeah, that was a lot of excitement. We were really excited, and great save by Zoe for sure. And we have the team excited to go on.
You have been, and I know this is your second year, but the team has been, as we said, to the tournament semifinals, the Final Four, the last 3 years. You've been to the championship game the last 2. The road's going to be tough this year because the dominant team in the OVC is Tennessee Martin. They've drawn once, won all their other games in conference play. It was only a couple of weeks ago, October 19th, that you were ahead of Martin 1-0 going into the 70th minute. Second yellow card led to a red, and they piled on with 3 quick goals to win. What did you learn as a team from that game?
We just learned as a team that we needed to defend a little bit better. I know it's a little tough that we were down 1 player, but I mean, I think going into this tournament, I think we definitely have them, that we could pull off a win for sure. Just like as we held them the whole 70 minutes, is just very unfortunate we lost it there at the end.
Tennessee Martin is on a 6-game winning streak, and they score a lot of goals. Why are they so good? Where are they good offensively?
They're very good in the defense, holding from people's shooting, because obviously when we went up against them, we only had like 4 shots, not many. And also their top line, they're quick and they connect very well. So they're a pretty good dynamic team.
Congratulations on the big win. Get some rest, get ready. Good luck against Tennessee Martin.
Yes, thank you.
All right, Katie Shaffer, a defender on the EKU soccer team. Again, it will be EKU, the 4 seed, against number 1 seed Tennessee Martin in Martin, Tennessee on Friday night, 8 o'clock Eastern start. And the winner of that one gets the EIU Murray State winner in the championship game on Sunday. Good luck to EKU soccer. One big part of the flavor of the game is the band, and EKU's band is back and better than ever. We'll have that, and we'll talk about a successful cross-country season when Inside EKU Sports continues.
At EKU, you'll learn to take a broader view of your world. But we also understand it's the details that shape the big picture. So go ahead. Play with fire, think on your feet, or touch the sky. Here, you'll be a part of something new, something big, something beautiful. Be a colonel. Your time is now.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Eastern Kentucky University is proud to present your 2018 Marching Colonels.
We're back and we're better than ever.
The Marching Colonels are probably the band that I've been in with the most energy in the entire world.
It's definitely super important for any university to have a marching band, especially one to this caliber. Literally the hype section of every football game, volleyball game, basketball game, it just really gets everybody fired up.
Over the last summer, the university had $25 million in budget cuts that they had to go through. The marching band had a significant amount of expenses that it needed to continue to operate. Those funds weren't available. The university decided to make an effort to cut the marching band.
I was really heartbroken, but then I was on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, and it was just really overwhelming and very powerful to see how inspirational and how much band really meant, and not just band in general, but the Marching Colonels meant to not only me and the people I love here, but also further out into the actual community.
Because there was some support at the Board of Regents and the President's level, we were able to reestablish an operating budget and change the model to the beginnings of what looks like to be a sustainable model for the future.
We got the news that the band was back, and Dr. Wiggins had been in contact with some of the former leaders and members, and he was just really excited to hear our feedback because there were so many new opportunities for the program.
Dr. Wiggins decided that he was going to make it something people wanted to come to. First, we started with health. We've done conditioning all band camp. We have a personal trainer now who helps us with whatever we need, and she's amazing.
Band students are definitely not your traditional athlete, but they are athletes in their own sense. They're out here marching in the same heat that football players are playing in. My experience so far has been great. They've kind of suckered me into their own little band world and really integrated me in.
I tell them my top priority is to have fun, then make great music, and then look good.
Now that the Marching Colonels are back, we're all really, really hardworking because it's kind of like when you lose something and you don't really know what you had until it was gone. band is just part of our life. It's like a lifestyle choice.
We get way more perks, scholarships, and gear, clothes, shoes, water bottles, backpacks, hats, and it's just going really well right now.
To all the people who made that funding possible, whether they donated or the Board of Regents and the athletics department as well, we're just really grateful for the opportunity to be here and to cheer on the athletics and be a part of game day.
We encourage as many non-music majors as possible to join the Marching Colonels. When they have a good time, we have a good time, and we have a bigger, louder band.
When you're in marching band and in another department, you walk around campus and you'll say hi to someone every 5 feet because you know everybody in marching band, everybody in this club. It's good to get involved, and whenever you are here, you make family really easily.
As part of the spirit of the Campus Beautiful, we parade our way to the stadium. We are the ones who started the tradition of rubbing Daniel Boone's foot as you pass him for good luck. And we also do the tuba tunnel.
Everybody knows the tradition of Hey Baby, where our low brass section will run up to some random person and sing Hey Baby, and it's just so much fun.
You should join the Marching Colonels because it's the easiest way to stay involved with music after high school.
The first thing that you get as soon as you walk on campus is 120 friends immediately.
It's just really awesome to meet people who are like-minded, to meet people who aren't like-minded, and to find common ground with music. So at the downbeat of the national anthem, you know that you are supported with the person on either side of you.
I've gained so many brothers and sisters just from doing this. The Marching Colonels just make Eastern feel like home.
We are one of the biggest organizations of School Spirit, and we are the highlight of School Spirit on Campus Beautiful, and we're so happy to be here, and we're so happy to be back and better than ever.
We are more than just athletes. We inspire scholars. We inspire leaders. We inspire champions. We inspire family. This is the Ohio Valley Conference.
Same old, and it's good news if you're an EKU fan. The cross-country teams win again. The men win the OVC for the 13th time in a row, the women for the 7th, and Coach Cory Erdmann joins us now. Let's talk about the men first. You've got a great runner at the top of your team, and he has been tremendous.
Yeah, we have a lot of very good runners. James, I assume you're referring to James Segura. James is a phenomenal talent who has a very bright future ahead of him. We've had some great runners in the past. There's no doubt about it that James can meet and exceed what they have done and compete very well for us both here in the NCAA level and hopefully afterwards and beyond at the national level and international level.
He won by 37 seconds. It's the widest margin in an OVC cross-country meet since Jacob Career had a win for EKU back in 2004. You had said it was a flat course, so it's set up for a fast time. But why is he so good? Is it the late kick? Is it the way he positions and reads the race? What is it?
James is just very talented. In all those aspects, if you look at him, he's going to hopefully, barring any sort of injury or illness, I would certainly expect him to be up there with the top 5 or 6 in the NCAA meet, and be there in a position to be able to challenge. He has good speed, so he will be able to kick with any of those guys, and he has good strength and good stamina. Basically, he's sort of got all of the boxes checked you'd like to check. So there isn't just one thing I would say that makes him good. He is just an exceptionally talented athlete, and who's a very nice person and a very nice kid. So he's got sort of all those things and is doing very well as a student.
You go to the Southeast Regional. It's dominated by OVC teams as well as EKU and Furman. That will be in a couple of weeks down in Rock Hill, South Carolina. If you get in the top 2, you're automatically qualified.
Yeah, it's dominated the ACC, not the OVC. Yeah, we're in a very tough region. If you look, Belmont, who's one of our OVC competitors, they go to the South, which is a much weaker region. You have to deal with most of the ACC. If on the men's side we're in the top 2, as of about an hour ago, the new rankings have come out and we're ranked first, which rankings don't mean anything at this point of the year. But we'll have Virginia, North Carolina State, Furman, Virginia Tech, and that's the goal on the men. And the women as well. You know, we're ranked 3rd, and we have a very good team. Lily, Gladys, Megan, Alondra has been a pleasant surprise, and some of our freshmen behind them. We have a chance at putting ourselves in that 2nd or 3rd spot and getting a bid as well.
Lillian Caboras finished 2nd behind a Tennessee Tech runner. And I know you had said, Cory, that you try to run as a team, as a pack. It's not an individual meet when you go to win the OVC, and your women ran well there.
Yeah, the goal is to win. It's your conference meet, it's your conference championship. It's not about individual success so much as it is about team success. And the ladies in particular really, executed that very effectively, and as did the guys. But that was the goal, and they all understand that. All the kids we have are competitors. They want to win the OVC, and so that's what they did.
Back to Segura and the rest of the men's team. In the NCAA basketball tournament, the floor stays 94 feet. But in cross country, you go from 8K to 10K when you get into the NCAA. How does it impact your team, and especially your top runner? Better or worse for him?
I don't think it'll impact James all that much. James is a very, very, as I said, experienced, very talented guy. In addition, behind him, we have guys like Jaime Romo, David Boscanuna, Eric Rotich. Those guys are all older, more experienced runners, so it won't impact them negatively. If anything, it'll have a positive effect on them. The ones that it tends to impact and who will have it probably more of a challenge will be the younger guys, the freshmen who haven't run that distance before. And we're going to have at least 1 or 2 of those guys who are going to all of a sudden find themselves going from 6K or 5K in high school level to 8K throughout the course of the season to now getting out there for a 10K.
Here's an assistant to your legendary dad, who's now somewhat retired. He's no longer officially the coach, but any pressure for son to live up to dad's legend?
No, that's impossible. The pressure, the one thing that when I came on board in a full-time role, I didn't want to see us take a step back or a step down. So that's been my goal, is to not let that happen. I've had some involvement over the years, and obviously, though, following someone who's won 73 OVC titles is an impossible position to be in. I'll never catch up to that, and don't have any intention to. I just don't want to mess it up too bad.
All right, on that Friday down in South Carolina, good luck to the men and women. Hope everybody makes the nationals, and we'll be rooting for you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks.
That is Inside EKU Sports. Another edition will be back next week. You can always follow and keep up with EKU Sports on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And as always, go Big E.